Number 2 seed in this region, advancing for the right to move to the national semis. Izzy Ashburn for Wisconsin, set to serve. Wisconsin on the left side of your screen, Pitt on the right. Sit back and enjoy, everyone. Pizzario, first attack, tools the block right away, and Pitt gets a much-needed opening point.
That attack from Pizzario is exactly what Kelly Sheffield said his team has to defend. Forehands up against her, connected and pressing.
Serena Gray, who was an All-American at Penn State, rediscovered her love of volleyball when she arrived at Pitt in her second year playing for the Panthers. Nice serve. Ashburn had to struggle to get it and was in the net. Point to Pitt. And Shelby, do you feel like this first set is crucial for Pitt, maybe more than it normally would be because of this atmosphere?
For Pitt, when you're in the UW Fieldhouse, you want that momentum, so you want to grab it as fast as you can.
It's exactly what Pitt has done so far. They've been working with a sports psychologist all season that's been working with him on being the hunter. They're in that mind frame tonight. Gray puts up the set. Vasquez-Gomez blocked. Hart and Robinson combined for the block for Wisconsin.
First Pitt already rocking in Wisconsin. And Devin Robinson, of course, getting a monster block on the right side. Great timing and press.
Julia Orzol from Poland. Back to serve. She had an incredible service run at the start of the 5th set on Thursday. Wokolo out of the middle delivers the kill for the Panthers.
That kill from Wokolo is what Kelly Sheffield said expects from Pitt. He said Pitt wants to run their middle, and that starts with a good pass.
So a good start for the Panthers. 2 kills on 3 swings here in the early going of the opening set. It's a best of 5 set match. First 4 sets to 25, win by 2. Right side from Robinson, blocked. Gustikin keeps it alive. Robinson attacks again. Oh, what an up by Klicka. Pizzario wide on the attack. Point Badgers.
Pizzario with the error, but Badgers doing a great job at taking that cross shot away from her, forcing to go line, eventually hitting it out.
It's Alexis Akeo. You just got a glimpse of her, number 1 in yellow. Both these teams run a 6-2, so they have 2 setters in action. It's a little bit different for Pitt because one of their setters, Fairbanks, number 10 in yellow, is always attacking. So it's a modified 6-2. Vasquez-Gomez going back to serve. We told her story a lot on Thursday, how she has stuck it out at Pitt and now has made first team All-ACC this year, had people in front of her until this year. Served Franklin. Ashburn with the back set to Robinson.
You had to know that ball was going to be a kill from Robinson. Badgers so insist on making it easy for Robinson to wind up a huge swing and placing it right in that seam against Pitt.
MJ Hamill, one of the 2 setters for Wisconsin, back to serve. It's interesting. She had 22 assists against Penn State, and the other setter, Ishburn, had 20 on Thursday. That is even distribution in the 6-2. Hamill puts up the set to Franklin. Franklin hits into the block, and Wokolo was just too tough for Pitt. So look at Rachel Fairbanks, number 10. She was also on the gold medal winning U21 team for Dan Fisher over the summer. Kat Flood now checking into the match to serve. She was a huge part of the win on Thursday behind the service line. Serves Orzol. Crawford, her first swing dug up by Vasquez-Gomez. Ennis blocked by Smrek. And the joust at the net is won by Serena Gray, number 21 in yellow.
Beautiful defense from Serena Gray. But for Pitt, it started with that coverage of that huge Wisconsin block. And Serena Gray staying in the play, keeping her eye on the ball, then swiping the ball to the right of the court.
Gray had 5 blocks against Penn State Thursday. So intimidating for that opposing server. Gustikin sets it across the court to Franklin. Nice up by Akeo and Gray. Ennis sends it. Smrek sends that out, and Pitt is up 7-3. Anna Smrek, tallest player that's ever played here, 6'9", and is so much fun to watch. She was the MVP of the national championship last year. Good serve by Flood. Smrek again. They go right back to her. Flood now going to set Fairbanks. A little off speed. Franklin. Blocked. Ennis. Worzel keeps it alive. Franklin. Her longest rally so far. Ennis targets the corner and gets the kill.
Notice how off the net Cam Ennis was. That just shows that connection she has with both of her setters. Even when they're out of system, Gomez in the right place defensively, stopped in base, but just too hard of a hit coming from Caroline Crawford.
Sarah Franklin, all Big Ten first team member at 2 different schools. She transferred in from Michigan State, made it here as a Badger this year. Fairbanks attack blocked. Crawford all over the net. Smrek and Crawford say, get that out of here.
You can't cover enough when up against Smrek. Great coverage for Pitt, but that Wisconsin block once that second touch. They're going to punish you a second time if you cover them. Great connection from Wisconsin's blockers.
Again, Crawford had a career high 12 against Penn State Thursday. Akeo, the back set to Fairbanks. Good up by Gutstiken. Orzel. Kept alive by Ennis and Klicka. Vasquez Gomez sends it over. Orzel again.
Wow.
Nice dig by Klicka. Back row Vasquez Gomez. Tipped over by Crawford. What an up by Ennis. So hard to put the ball down against the Panthers. Smrek. Here's Ennis. Right side, Smrek! You could feel that one.
Big kill from Smrek, but Pitt is doing an amazing job defending what's in front of that 10-foot line, covering, getting digs. Great defense on both ends of the net.
Dan Fisher had his volunteer assistant, Michael Fisher, who was an All-American at St. Francis, go into a full jump during practice just to simulate what it would be like to play against 6'9" Smrek. Fairbanks hits off hands and Pitt sides out. It was fun to be in practice to see volunteer assistant Michael Fisher, no relation to Dan, by the way, because he still has the All-American hops. This is his first year out of college, and he went after the Panthers in practice to try to simulate what they would face. Rachel Fairbanks, one of the most complete players in America. Nice serve, it's an ace.
Michigan was aced a couple times in their match against Penn State, but Dan Fisher said, I don't expect that too much this match, but Pitt just going for it. That's part of their game plan. Make Wisconsin back up and question, is this ball in or out?
Fairbanks had 2 aces against Penn State Thursday. Off the net. Nice up by Franklin. Here's Orzel on the attack. Back row Franklin. Just out. Point Pitt.
Franklin with the arrow, but that's an easy fix. Approach looked great. Wind up looked great. Just a little more snap in the wrist.
Everything they've been doing this year with their sports psychologists has led them to this moment. One of the things they've worked on this year is drowning out noise. And they practice that way as well. They just have tunnel vision when they get in front of a big crowd. Ennis rolls it over. Right side Smrek, and too much power. Second kill for Smrek, and that's always a good sign for Wisconsin.
Second time Smrek went right for Vasquez Gomez, that middle back position, and Vasquez Gomez can make that fix. Get your platform out and stopped, and be stopped when contact happens.
Jocelyn Boyer may not have to buy another meal in Madison the rest of her life. She came in with one swing, beat Penn State in the 5th set on Thursday with an ace, and they get her off the service line right away as Ennis sides out. Ennis, number 5 in yellow, going to go back and serve now. Happy birthday, by the way, to Cam Ennis. She turned 23 today. And it's interesting, Shelby, because Dan Fisher was saying, I've got a few players here for the first time at this stage, but they're like 23 years old. Hamill setting Smrek. Uh-oh. 3 in a row for Hannah Smrek.
And now Smrek going out. And that's what Pitt needs, is when Smrek is up at the net, you just got to get through those rotations because she's hard to defend. Look how high she reads, and she can find that split. Ray not able to line up with her outside.
Her dad, Michael, played 6 years in the NBA, won 2 NBA championships with the Lakers. Her brother, Luke, was a tennis player at Marquette, incredibly athletic family from Canada. Ashburn, one of the 2 setters for Wisconsin serving. Targets Vasquez Gomez. Ace.
Vasquez Gomez getting a lot of balls hit at her, and she can probably expect the next serve to come to her again.
36th ace of the season for Ashburn. One of their better servers this season. Pitt's still in front, though, here in this first set. So we go to 25, win by 2. Pizarro blocked. Pizarro hasn't gotten involved as much yet. And Vasquez Gomez on the left pin with the attack.
Vasquez Gomez getting the kill, but notice her response from getting ace. She came back with a 3-option pass, making her setter able to run anyone and eventually running her getting the kill.
Good catch, Shelby. You're right. Serena Gray getting her master's in applied developmental psychology. And an ace. Pitt serving well here in the first set. That's their second ace as a team. And Serena Gray, like most middles, she loves to serve.
Middles also love to try and get digs, Sam.
Crowd a little stunned here in the field house early. Pizarro. Nice dig by Ashburn. This has got to go over. Free ball for Pitt. Wokolo terminates in the middle.
You really have to watch Wokolo because she just swings that fast. If you look away for a second, you're going to miss it. So athletic, jumps high. Her arm looks like an actual machine.
3 kills for Wokolo. 19 straight matches with 2 or fewer errors for Wokolo out of the middle. Pitt up 15-9. Ashburn back row set to Franklin, who crushes it.
Beautiful kill by Franklin. Sometimes there's just not much you can do. She's that player that when it's her onset, she can reach that high and hit that hard.
Orzel from Poland back to serve. She did the press conference yesterday. Just such a incredibly intelligent young woman. Has a 4.0 GPA. Came to Wisconsin last year and really has helped Guchtikin get acclimated to the U.S. culture. Guchtikin had never been to the United States. She's a libero for Wisconsin. She's in a different colored jersey. She's from Turkey. Ooh. And Pizarro, she'll take it. Ace.
The classic net ace. Players always love when that ball barely hits the net and rolls over because there's just not much your opponent can do when that ball rolls over.
Wisconsin taking a timeout after that ace. It's interesting, Shelby, that Pitt has 2 players that have played here for other teams. Pizarro played here when she was at Iowa, and of course Serena Gray played here when she was at Penn State. So they were very familiar with this environment and front and center in Talksnell semis. Pitt trying to set up a rematch with the Cardinals in Omaha. Pizarro to serve. Pitt up 7. First set. Good serve to Franklin. Franklin will swing from the left side. She's blocked. Fairbanks setting Vasquez Gomez. Franklin again had to wait on that. It was a little off, rolled it over. Wokolo. Robinson.
Wisconsin's really finding success in that middle back spot against the Panthers. That seam between left back and middle back is really working. The middle of the court, however, is not. Panthers doing a great job at digging those tips and rolls up.
Here's Gulce Guchtikin from Turkey, the first Badger ever from that country. Lefty as well. Good serve. Franklin! Hammers it from the right side. Fairbanks, check that. Fairbanks crushing it.
Fairbanks, the setter, who can also hit and get those kills. And not really any blockers on her. That's how, because her team is so good at drawing attention to that middle and left side as well.
She had a triple-double against BYU in the second round. It's the first tournament triple-double in Pitt history. Vasquez-Gomez sends that out. Serving has been excellent for Pitt in the first set. They've had 3 aces. And that's their first service error. Hamill coming in to serve. Hamill out of Greenwood, Indiana. Mom, Julie, played volleyball at Clemson in the ACC, and sister also played at Middle Tennessee. Kao setting Fairbanks. Nice up by Orzel to keep it alive. Franklin sends it out of play. Point Badgers. Second kill for Franklin.
Franklin again going after Vasquez-Gomez. Look at this position. That seam right between middle back and right back. Pitt just really struggling to defend the back corner.
Well, if you're looking for high efficiency in this match, you're not going to find it. But this is a gritty match among elite teams. Goochsikin with a nice dig. Fans appreciated it. And how about the Pitt block? Fairbanks and Wokolo.
When Franklin gets blocked, it can be suffocating because it's not something that happens often because she reaches so high. Right at your screen, look at this timing. How Pitt makes sure their arms are touching, hands are touching. Everything is so in sync from the Panthers block.
Wokolo is having an excellent start to the match. Fairbanks is the type of player. She shows up in just about every stat category. Flood serving. She's changed her position from the last time she served. Right side Crawford. A KO. And Flood can't save it. Too much heat from Caroline Crawford.
Players have to be extra careful tonight because the floor is actually elevated. So when they run off those blue tiles, it gets lower.
That's an issue on that opposite side. Caroline Crawford wearing the cast on her right hand. Recently had surgery for a broken finger. Graham Schreiber into the match now to serve. Graham Schreiber, such an addition to this Wisconsin team this year. Ennis blocked. Hamill going to put it up for Smrek. Smrek's first swing since she's gotten back into the action. She'll take another one. Ennis. Wow. Goochsikin with an incredible dig. And it all started with that dig as Orzel ends the point.
Beautiful dig by Goochsikin, making sure she gets a hand on the ball, keeping it in play. Look at this effort. And the ball going back to target, allowing Hamill to go to Orzel and get that tip.
6 digs already for Goochsikin. She missed some matches with a slight injury. Since she's been back, nothing but double-digit digs. 10th match back. Setting Smrek. She just had to push it over, and it worked. Anna Smrek with her 4th kill. So a timeout on the floor. I want to follow up on that Caroline Crawford story because it's amazing. So listen to what I'm about to say. You're not going to hear this every day. Caroline Crawford, she broke her finger. She had to go into surgery to get a pin and some screws inserted in it. Caroline is planning on going to med school. She's always wanted to be a doctor. So when she went in for surgery, instead of having them put her under, which is the case typically, they gave her a nerve block. And she watched the surgery. She watched the surgeon perform the surgery on her finger because that is something one day she wants to do.
So bottom line, Caroline Crawford is just a different breed, Sam.
If my life, I want Caroline Crawford fighting.
I can't even look at my arm when I get a shot, and Caroline's begging to stay awake when she gets surgery.
All right, so digest that, everyone, while I read this promo for women's college basketball, because you're definitely going to watch this. This is incredible. What a doubleheader we have for you tomorrow afternoon. 1 Eastern. It's the Bluegrass rivalry, Louisville and Kentucky in women's basketball. That's at 1 Eastern on ESPN. Then flip over to ABC at 3 Eastern. I'm intrigued to see what Gino's cooked up for UConn, because they've suffered several injuries. We'll see what kind of guard play they get tomorrow against Diamond Miller and number 20 Maryland. Again, 1 Eastern on ESPN, 3 Eastern on ABC.
Right now, Wisconsin is really picking on Vasquez Gomez, and during that timeout, Dan Fisher grabbed Vasquez Gomez immediately, looked her in the eye. I don't know what he said, but I'm sure it was something like shake it off, because Wisconsin's coming at her. But look at his composure. You would never know. I'm really liking the body language from her.
And if you had to pick a team to play here, I think you'd pick Pitt. They are one of the most mature and composed teams in the country. Fairbanks tries to go over the block, denied. She'll try one more time, hits through it. Kept alive by Crawford. Orzol, blocked by Pitt. Akeo setting Ennis. Ennis went cross court, no touch. Point Wisconsin, and the Badgers are getting closer and closer, down by 2 now. It's a 4-0 run for Wisconsin. Shriver serves Ennis. Fairbanks backs it to Gray, and Gray pushed it out of bounds. Wisconsin within 1. May have our first challenge. So Dan Fisher challenging that last play where Gray tipped it and the ball went out of bounds.
Did not take long for Dan Fisher to grab that challenge card, especially after his entire team looked back to him and gave him that body language telling him. And oftentimes, coaches can't see, sometimes, what the call was, but that shows the trust they have in their player. When their star player turns around and says there was a touch or call this challenge, oftentimes that's when the coach will grab that card and listen to the player and take that gambling bet.
They're challenging whether someone was in the net. So Gray going up on the attack. That's Orzol, 22 in white, in front of her. Did she touch the net, or did Crawford, number 9? And they ruled that she did. So the call's been overturned. It is Pitt's point. And that is an excellent challenge by Dan Fisher. So the score, 20-17 now. That was huge for Pitt. Good serve to Franklin. Smrek, dug up by Vasquez Gomez. Ennis, blocked. Posario tools the block. And there's those right sides you were talking about, Shelby.
Kelly Sheffield said that his team's been working on blocking specifically against right sides to prepare for Posario, mainly with reading her arm, where she's going to go, and what shots they want to take away from her.
All 4 teams that came here to Madison have incredible right sides. Good serve. Gutstekin did well to get it up. Orzol. Plicka. A little tight to the net. Not much Ennis could do with that. Point Wisconsin.
That play is something that Pitt is usually very good at. Fairbanks is usually good at getting an out-of-system ball to a hittable set to the outside, but just super out-of-system right there for the Panthers.
Even in blocks now, 3 apiece for each team as we get closer to determining who's going to win the first set. Again, the winner of this moves to the national semifinals to face Louisville. Nice serve. Plicka did a good job getting it up. Orzol targets Plicka. Posario, cross court, she wanted a touch and got it. Point Pitt. And we may have a challenge from Wisconsin. Posario right away indicated touch when she swung. And Kelly Sheffield asking for more of an explanation. And now he's going to ask his players if they touched it. No one says they did, so he's going to challenge. So they will challenge the touch on that attack from Bizzario, who's number 8 for Pitt.
Love a good drama challenge. Let's see if there was a touch from Bizzario.
Bizzario.
Potentially that left hand from Hart. Look to see if her hand moves after the ball touches. Right there, this view's a little harder. And by the way, the refs do have different views that we don't see right here, so they can have better insight than we do. But these shots, it's not looking like there's a touch. Again, doesn't matter what I think apparently, but definitely looks hard to see there was a touch right there. Definitely a good challenge.
So we'll see how it works out. Dan Fisher just won a challenge. Wisconsin hasn't lost the first set in a match since October 23rd. And remember, the Badgers come in on a 21-match win streak. If they win today, it ties the program record. Here's one more look. Bizzario went cross-court. A touch was called, and that is what Wisconsin is challenging.
That was a great look right there. That one was pretty clear, and again, I don't think there was a touch. Sam, are you down to say your opinion this time?
No. I am
still not down. All right.
Switzerland. I'm a big Roger Federer fan, so staying neutral.
All right, I'll say it.
Our officials have done a fantastic job, by the way, since we got to Madison. To officiate in this environment is absolutely incredible. They're doing a slow wave right now in the stands. I got to give out a little shout out to that.
Wisconsin's bench is in charge of the wave too. By the time it comes around, they're the one leading it.
Yeah, most of the waves go fast. Now it's
but the Pitt band's in the wave too. Okay, some sportsmanship. I like it.
It's all about love in Wisconsin.
No, Sam, they love each other after when it's over, remember? Not during the match.
Okay, now, they do but I got to tell you this, Shelby.
Right.
Get ready. Here we go. They go fast.
Oh, they go fast.
Slow to fast.
Oh, I'm going to end on this one. It's almost my turn. Here we go.
They
what
go,
a sight right
and
there.
now they will reverse it, so they'll split. All right?
Oh, the reverse? Okay.
So they come back around the other way. Okay. Meanwhile, Wisconsin wins the challenge. And they're really happy.
Some wave juju, maybe?
Hey, who says challenges take too long? That was fun.
When there's a wave, it's always fun. I'm down for a wave every challenge.
So both teams have challenged successfully. They both maintain their 2. Boyer serving. That changes the score. 21-19 now in favor of Pitt. Gray long on the attack. And Wisconsin is within a point. The Badgers have not led in this set. Boyer targets Gray. Fairbanks puts it up for Bizzario. There is nothing I can say that is better than that. This is what makes college sports so incredible. Here's that last play.
Bizzario getting blocked, but look how no one's really there to defend her. Everyone's really drawn into the middle of the court. Momentum is such a real thing. It started with the wave. We were kind of laughing about it, but that really drew a lot of momentum for Wisconsin. Getting that challenge back on theirs just made it so easy for them to go get that block. And Serena Gray with the error, but that's an easy fix. Just snap your wrist more.
Well, Shelby, here's a little bit of a scoring update for you. This is the first time we've had a tie since the match started. Wisconsin has not led the entire set. It was Pitt who came in trying to be the hunter, having that sort of mentality. But the way it played out, it was actually Wisconsin who had to be the hunter to get back in this set, and they've done that. So we're tied at 21, going to 25, win by 2 to determine the first set. And Shelby, if this is the way this match is going tonight, it's going to be absolutely incredible.
You must see a mind reader, because what I was going to say was the volleyball we're seeing right now, this is a fifth set kind of volleyball. Super in system, amazing digs, going all out. I'm loving the energy right from the get-go.
Boyer, who served the ace to beat Penn State on Thursday behind the line for Wisconsin. Wisconsin has stolen the big lead from Pitt as well as the momentum. Let's see how the Panthers respond. Fairbanks to Bizzario. Bizzario blocked. They go back to her. Incredible up by Hamill. Smrek puts it down.
Beautiful dig by Hamill, getting that ball up. And look at Smrek, how fast she's getting outside to position and forehands up against her. But when you're 6'9", you can get over those blockers' hands. This is just a rotation that Pitt has to get through.
The first lead of the match for Wisconsin. They've won 5 straight points to get it. Fairbanks with the set. That is Juliana Dalton, who's checked in now for Pitt, number 7 in yellow. She's typically a starter, and Dan Fisher putting her in. She had been injured, but it does not matter on that play. Smrek keeps Wisconsin in front. The magic of the field house in action. Boyer serves it out. Pitt still alive.
Right now, if you're Pitt, be ready for those big attacks going to the middle back.
That's Dalton serving for the first time in the match. Hamill puts it up for Smrek. And Smrek hit it long, no touch, point Pitt. And we're tied at 23, Shelby. The winner of this next point has set point. Gustican with the serve receive. Hart out of the middle. Got it. Danielle Hart with a crucial cut shot, and Wisconsin has set point. Vasquez Gomez with the receive. Fairbanks setting Bizzario. Robinson rolls it over. Gustican puts it back up for Robinson. Down the line. The Wisconsin Badgers, who trailed the majority of the set, come back to win it 25-23. They were down. Can't go against Santa.
I know Santa. Look at that guy.
I like the shorts, though. But, hey, Shelby, I mentioned the match after us. It may be a while if we have more sets like that last one. That was incredible. Let's see how Pitt responds. Again, they are such a maturing, composed team. Let's see how they can come back now. First point of the second set. And a net violation against Pitt gives Wisconsin the opening point. Again, Wisconsin trying to tie their program record for most match wins in a row. They're at 21 right now. Pitt just lost that first set. It's only the 5th first set they lost all season. Bizzario blocked. Give that one to Hart.
Beautiful block by Hart. Right on your screen, look at that wall. And Pitt able to get that ball up. Kim Ennis just not able to react fast enough in coverage.
Warzel targeting Vasquez Gomez. Ennis has to just push it over. Ashburn, Robinson, tools the block, point Badgers.
Keep feeding Robinson. She's so good at finding that line shot and really testing that left back defense.
First two swings for the Badgers here in this set have resulted in kills. Pitt needs a side out. Fairbanks with the back set to Bazzario, blocked straight down, and it was out. Point Pitt. Fans didn't realize that was out. Nice D by Bazzario. Bazzario's just had such an incredible season at Pitt this year, Region Player of the Year. Browski into serve now. Rolls it over. Gray. That was creative. Guchtikin kept it alive. It's got to go over. Serena Gray, second time is a kill. Second kill for Gray. She has not hit a ball out since November 23rd. So 60 swings with no error. Robinson by Fairbanks. Here's Bazzario. She's blocked. Gray again finds the opening.
Gray is so physical. Dan Fisher said that she's one of the most athletic players he has ever had as Pitt because of her placement, her eye, and look at that arm, literally going over her body. Super awkward, but still making production happen.
High achiever is an understatement when it comes to talking about Serena Gray. Off the charts in academics, life, and on the volleyball court. Robinson, nice off speed, fooled the Panthers for a second. Ashburn, tight to the net, sets Hart. Franklin, up by Fairbanks. Bazzario puts it down, and Pitt staging a rally with 4 straight points to take their first lead of the set.
Bazzario refusing to switch to a tip or a roll. She is still going for those rips that Dan Fisher said she has the green light to go to.
Coach Fisher called this the most physical team he's ever had. Back set to Robinson, and Robinson thought she had a kill. Incredible defense by the Panthers. She'll try again. Blocked, and how about Pitt?
Huge play for Pitt, and it started with that dig from Klicka. Staying in base, left of your screen. Look how she's still, and her arms move back to target. Not up in the air, but still on target. Great defense.
5 straight points for the Panthers as they overcome the heartbreak of losing that first set. And Robinson this time tools the block for the kill. I love watching her play, Shelby.
Robinson's something else. She's so good at reading those hitters' hands, those blockers' hands, and going with them.
Also a champion in the classroom, academic All-Big Ten. Working on another degree in sports journalism. Good serve from Guchtikin. Gray blocked. Bazzario kept it alive. So hard to put it down. That's about what you have to do, huh, Shelby? Pinpoint accuracy.
The first time Devin Robinson has cut the ball that much this entire match. Look how high she reaches. Left of your screen where this ball goes. Look how cut that is. She sees that wide open spot, says, forget that middle back. I'm going for that right shot.
Robinson leading the match with 7 kills, and Bazzario answers right away as Pitt doing a good job keeping Wisconsin close, and now takes the 1-point lead. Bazzario out of the blocks with 5 kills on 15 swings. Also an ace and a dig. And we talk a new term of positionless volleyball. And there's so many players on the court that can just play any spot. Incredible 6 rotation players here, capable of doing anything. Bazzario puts it down. Ashburn made a heck of a try, but that hit the floor before she could get her hand under it.
And Fairbanks sent to Bazzario was beautiful. Just so aware of where her right side is, that window she wants the ball to be set in. Beautiful hands.
Bazzario about to graduate in a few weeks with a degree in biology. Here's Serena Gray. Ashburn back set to Robinson. Uh-oh. She's terminal.
Beautiful pass, though, by Gushtigan. Literally coming for her chest, but keeping that in play on target. And Robinson, only one blocker on her, making that decision easy to go for that middle of the court.
A little more intensity in those swings as well. And she gets a breather and talks to Kelly Sheffield. Right side, Bizzario. Hamill kept it alive. Oh, what a play by Smrek! Incredible that she got that back. I mean, Pitt ends up winning the point, but look at that. Incredible effort.
Huge kill by Vasquez Gomez. That kill is what she needs to give her that confidence booster. Remember how hard she can hit and stay in that play. Beautiful hit.
Yeah, that is how you deal with that. Vasquez Gomez, excellent recognition. Franklin, oh, nice dig. Vasquez Gomez. Vasquez Gomez again. Nice up by Gushtigan. It just brushed the scoreboard, but it came down on Wisconsin's side of the net. It's a playable ball.
Wow.
Klicka. Gushtigan sets it up high. Franklin blocked. Orzol keeps it alive. So tough to put it down. Wokolo can't do it. Franklin. Bizzario back row. Orzol kept it up. Franklin. Point Wisconsin. It hit Bizzario. Sarah Franklin going off the floor now. And another incredible start to the second set. Warrior back into serve. She's just been so good behind the service line in this regional. KO, another set to Vasquez Gomez, and this time she terminates. Third kill for Valeria Vasquez Gomez.
Vasquez Gomez going straight for Gushtigan, and that's because she is that confident of a hitter. Super aggressive, going for those big swings, going for those shots.
You know, such a high character person, Valeria Vasquez Gomez. She was a starter, and then last year had her spot taken, decided to stick it out at Pitt, and this year, first team All-ACC. No transfer portal for her. Dumped over by Ennis.
Ennis staying in the play, defending her side of the net, getting multiple touches, and then swiping the ball, making sure she's not putting the ball back into the Badgers' platform.
The lighting all of a sudden changed on the floor. Personally, I like it. But just as Vasquez Gomez was about to serve, the Jumbotron, which is above the court, got a lot brighter shining down on the court. And so the officials stopping play, and now they'll try to address that. So an unanticipated stoppage of play, but if you want to be entertained, you just watch the Wisconsin bench during timeouts. They keep it loose over there. Kelly Sheffield talking to his team. Both coaches got a word with their players, and now the lights have gone back to normal. Hamill, quick set to Smrek. Seven kills for Smrek.
And when you're defending Smrek, it's not even a read. It's just a reaction. Make sure you're stopped with your feet, stop with your platform, and just try and get a touch on it back to target.
There's Caroline Crawford still playing with that bandage on her finger that was operated on, serves that into the net. Crawford just had a career match against Penn State in terms of blocking. after that serve rotates out.
And for Pitt, be aware of Crawford's injury when she's up at the net. She's blocking a lot, but she's not really getting those sets. Maybe cheat a little bit to the left or the right when it comes to blocking.
2 kills against Penn State. Cat Flood into serve now for Pitt. Orzol gets into the Pitt block. Nice up by Akeo. And Vasquez Gomez with just a simple hitting error. Point, Wisconsin. Vasquez Gomez, her dad was a pro basketball player in Puerto Rico. She has 4 siblings, all played volleyball. She has thrived in Dan Fisher's system. Ashburn. Ashburn, with a degree in mathematics, figures out the right equation, gets the ace. Getting her master's right now in business analytics. Right side, Fairbanks denied. Ashburn back to Robinson. Nice dig. Joust at the net, still alive. Fairbanks, perfectly placed.
Fairbanks' body looked like she was going cross. She really dropped that left shoulder, reached that right arm so high, and made sure that ball went line. Amazing placement.
She is instant highlight reel material. Part of the gold medal winning U21 Pan Am Cup team last summer. Orzol, I think we're going to get a double. Yep, double contact on Ashburn as she made that set. Point Pitt. Received by Guchtikin. Orzol sends it out of play. Too much power for her second kill. It was Pitt who led the majority of the first set. Wisconsin came back to take it. And now Pitt again with a slight lead here in the second. No question Pitt is handling this atmosphere, but can they finish strong? Vasquez Gomez with the kill.
Strong hit by Vasquez Gomez, really testing that Badgers block. The blocker's hands were there, but she hit so hard it made those hands fall back.
Anything surprising you at all, Shelby?
No, I knew it was going to be a good match what we're seeing so far.
Quick set and a quick finish by Danielle Hart. Her second kill.
Great in-system play for Wisconsin, able to allow Hart to run that fast tempo offense and test that back libero jersey.
Danielle Hart out now. Guchtikin, nice serve. Almost took Vasquez Gomez off the court. And then Gray with a strong finish out of the middle for her 4th kill. The Pitt Panthers with the lead here in the second. Hoping to tie this match after all is said and done. Panthers score right out of that timeout, which is always a good sign.
Pitt will punish you if you give their team an overpass. Vasquez Gomez couldn't wait to get her hands on that one, just ready to get that kill.
Serena Gray back to serve. Gray had an ace earlier in the match. Guchtikin did well to get that back. Franklin, little bit long, but it was touched. An official, the down judge indicated touch, and we may have a challenge on that. And we'll see. We're going to have a challenge, as Pitt is adamant they didn't touch it. That's why we have the challenge system. Both coaches have been successful in their only other challenge, so this is a touch on this attack by Franklin. Wokolo seemed to have her hands out of the way.
In real time, I didn't see a touch. I didn't see any players reacting like there was a touch. And players, there's always going to be someone that reacts like there was a touch, whether it's a back row or the hitter. I didn't see anybody seem like there was a touch.
It was Wokolo who right away went to Dan Fisher and encouraged him to challenge. And by the way, this is putting Wokolo's legal skills to test. She's planning on going to law school to become a prosecuting attorney. So let's see if she was able to build a good enough case to get this call overturned.
And Dan Fisher's been so decisive with his challenges. He doesn't even take 10 seconds to think. He doesn't like the call, and he knows what his players saw, what he thinks he saw. He grabs that card and goes right to the middle.
Both of these coaches are just incredible at what they do. In fact, the 4 coaches we had here, Mary Wise and Katie Schumacher-Cawley, along with Dan Fisher, Kelly Sheffield, it was a joy to attend practices in this region just to see all 4 of those masterminds at work imparting their craft to these players. So again, the call is a touch, and it's going to be confirmed. So they didn't see enough to overturn it. So Wokolo's motion is denied. First challenge taken away for Pitt. They have 1 left. You get another one if you go to a 5th set. You can never have more than 2. But more importantly, it stops the momentum for a moment. And Wisconsin now will serve, specifically MJ Hamill. Hamill down the line, just missed it. Do you like that serve, Shelby?
The float serve right on the line.
Going down the line in that case?
It's a good error, and there's smart errors, there's bad errors, but when you're trying to go for a certain spot, specifically trying to pick on Vasquez Gomez again, there's a smart error.
Pizarro serving now. Pitt with just 1 service error. In fact, they have the fewest service errors of any team left in the tournament.
Ooh.
This has got to go over. Point Wisconsin.
Incredible effort from Pitt. Everyone refusing to be the last person to touch that ball, trying to get that ball to go over.
There is no shortage of effort on either side of the net. And in fact, the entire tournament, I've been so impressed, Shelby. I haven't tuned into a single match where I felt like teams were tight. Everybody came to play this year in the NCAA tournament. I love it. Franklin with the serve. Akeo, quick set to Wokolo, and she hits through the block. 4th kill for Chia Wokolo.
And Browski getting served at so hard by the Badgers, but taking that platform and moving it to target, allowing the setter to run that middle. Perfect in system play for the Panthers.
Pitt up 4, going to 25, win by 2 in this 2nd set. Wisconsin won the 1st in this best-of-5 set match. Orzol blocked. Fairbanks and Wokolo celebrate. Dalton is into the match now as well. Again, Juliana Dalton, number 7, typically a starter this year, by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly for cancer research. Well, we had the governor here on Thursday night, as this is a pretty tough ticket. They were in line at 7:30 this morning for the general admission seats, and the doors open at 6 p.m. Good serve by Vasquez Gomez. Smrek rolls it over. Back to the front, Dalton. Orzol with a tip. Dalton swinging again. Good to see her back in the match, her first match in the NCAA tournament. Fairbanks, touch. Everybody with the off speed in this rally so far. Good dig by Akeo. Here's Fairbanks. Good up by Hamill. Right side, Smrek. Was it touched? Yes. Point.
Wow.
Wisconsin. And again, Dan Fisher talking to his team after that rally. And he's picking up the card. And he hasn't issued it yet. You know, it's interesting because Alexis Akayo's older sister, Kamalani, is the operations director. She ran up to Dan Fisher and said, hold on a second. And so he put it behind his back, and now he's talking to the official, and he's not going to challenge. Oh, wait. He is challenging. Sorry. So whatever he heard from the official wasn't enough. And if he loses this, he's out of challenges until we get to a 5th set.
This is the second call for Dan Fisher that it looked like his team couldn't have touched it. I understand him taking this challenge again so close after.
That's a tough look there because the ball's actually angling off the Smrek attack. And in real time, it's one of those that it doesn't look like there's a touch.
Maybe this look. Oh, this is definitely a hard one, but in real time, I really didn't think there was a touch whatsoever.
I know I'm always being diplomatic in these cases, but I agree with you here.
Oh, okay. That does not happen often. Everyone at home.
I agree with you often.
Yeah,
but
but a challenge.
I don't like to get involved in the challenge.
And we're still biased. I'm just seeing what I think is in or out. I personally thought that ball was out. I thought the last ball was out for Pitt as well. Again, doesn't matter what I think. I'm not the professional judge here, but...
And again, these fans, they're in no hurry. They're just having a good time.
Well, these fans are having a concert, Sam. It's part match, part concert, and you got a ticket to both of them.
Original call a touch. Dan Fisher challenged it. And there was no touch. So Dan Fisher wins the challenge. He gets to keep that one.
And those challenges can also be used as mini timeouts or breaks for these players. These points are being earned. We're not seeing a lot of errors. They're long rallies. There's a lot of digs. These players are exhausted, and it's only the second set of the match.
It's been a brilliant start. We'll see if Pitt can close out the second set. They led for most of the first, couldn't close it out. Wisconsin won it, and now Pitt has another chance. Attack by Crawford, and Crawford sides out immediately for the Badgers. Third kill for Crawford.
Crawford going with that really fast approach and going for that sharp left back corner. Great eye.
Graham Schreiber, who came into the program after an unbelievable career at Baylor. You may see her in the booth one day, Shelby. She's aspiring to be a sports broadcaster after college.
Ooh, I like it.
Graham Schreiber serves Klicka. Wokolo! And Wokolo puts it down. Pitt up 6, 21-15 here deep in the second.
Wokolo's 5th kill of the match, now going to the bench, but she brings great energy on the court and great kills. Again, avoiding forehands of Wisconsin against her, but not going for rolls or tips, staying really aggressive.
Cat Flood into serve. She was an elite level soccer player until her sophomore year in high school when she fell in love with volleyball. And what a difference she's made behind the service line. Case in point, ace, Cat Flood. And the Panthers build the lead.
Serving is something that Dan Fisher really tested his team on. The whole team would gather around the servers, their teammates, and just berate them, scream, getting them ready to serve in the UW Fieldhouse.
Yeah, Dan Fisher calls it differential learning. They do a lot of different types of things in practices to put players in stressful situations in practice so that they can play in environments like this.
What I loved about Pitt's practice today was that the players before took a minute to breathe, and he said, imagine it's the match. Imagine you're getting a kill. And then they go from calm to a blocking routine, to a blocking drill, where if they block their teammate, they look them in the eye and say, sit down. I said, ooh, going from one extreme to another, Coach Fisher, okay.
Yeah, again, it is just fascinating to attend the practices of Wisconsin, Pitt, Penn State, and Florida, the 4 teams we had here. Both these teams do a lot of mindfulness training and work with the sports psychologist, and they are so mentally tough. So a reminder that coverage of the Division I Women's Volleyball Championship will continue this Thursday at 7 Eastern on ESPN with the national semifinals. For more information on match times and listings, visit ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Louisville winning earlier today over Oregon. They are in the national semifinals to face the winner of our match here in Madison. Texas, getting past Ohio State earlier, will play the winner of Stanford and San Diego coming up after us. And there'll be very little sleeping going on tonight before the early flight tomorrow, because I just cannot wait to see who wins that Stanford-San Diego matchup. Paul Sunderland and Missy Whittemore will give you all the storylines, but don't go to sleep after this match. Stick around for that one. So, can Pitt close? 22-15. They have a 7-point cushion. Hart out of the middle. Point Wisconsin. Third kill for Hart.
Hart saw Fairbanks running towards the middle, getting ready for that tip, but Hart put it in the position she was supposed to be in.
I'm serious about her art. It's incredible. She is so talented. Ashburn into serve. One of the all-time leaders in aces. Has 2 today. It's exactly who they want behind the line. Fairbanks setting Ennis. Ashburn to Orzel. Makeo with the set to Fairbanks, dug up. Klicka, Fairbanks. Nice dig by Ashburn. Robinson. Oh, that's incredible D by Akeo. Robinson again. It's long. It was touched. A late call. Late call. Official indicated a touch way after the play was dead. And Dan Fisher's asking who. But the call will stand, and Wisconsin pulls within 5. So look at those service numbers from Ashburn, one of the all-time greats here. Ennis. Oh, still alive. That's got to go over. Good D by the Panthers. Robinson, perfect.
Wow.
And Dan Fisher's going to use another challenge. So they're going to challenge whether this Robinson attack was in or out. If Fisher loses this challenge, Pitt is out of challenge. I have to wait and see. It was originally scored a kill for Robinson.
Pitt's team really starting to get frustrated with these out calls right now. Let's see if this ball. Okay. This look, it looks out. I don't think it hits the line right there. I know I can't see it from the side right there, but in my opinion, it looks out. Let's see this one.
It's on the Pitt side of the court as well, so they had a pretty good.
It looked out. That looks out. But Pitt is really being tested with these calls that they're not liking or going their way. Wisconsin doing such a good job at testing, making sure they know that ball's going in. But this is where Pitt has to keep that composure, something Dan Fisher has taught them all season.
This is the 4th time Dan Fisher's challenged. He's been right twice, wrong once. And from that replay, Shelby, I agree with you. It looked like it was out. So we'll see. It could be another reversal, which would be 3 correct challenges for Dan Fisher. And it is. Call overturned. Thank goodness for the challenge system.
Vasquez Gomez saying thank you because my read was super pulled into the middle of the court. Middleback's usually trying to read deeper, but it's hard to read deeper when you're playing the Badgers, a team who can hit straight down the middle of the court.
Dan Fisher with another successful challenge, and now Pitt up 23-17 in the second set as they try to tie this match at a set apiece. Hart off the slide, puts it down.
Perfect response for Wisconsin. Getting that 3-option pass, and Hart running behind the setter. That's something she's been really good at this season, is finding that slide approach.
Yeah, and Danielle Hart, just one of those warrior-type players. Orzol serving. Tight to the net. Overpass. No problem, Wisconsin. As Hart cleans it up again. Timeout, Pitt. The Badgers still have hope.
Good call for Pitt to take that timeout, because Wisconsin's that team where they can come back. That first set was incredible. When Wisconsin played Penn State, that first set, Penn State made 15 errors. Wisconsin honestly didn't have to work for that first set. Pitt made Wisconsin get that win in that first set. Incredible competition, just an overall battle going on right now.
Wisconsin has not lost a match in the Fieldhouse this season. And they have never gone undefeated at home, which is hard to believe when you come here and witness this environment. But they have been perfect here in the Fieldhouse. And it is even more amazing based on what Wisconsin lost coming in. In fact, both of these teams, I would argue, lost the most to have gone the furthest of any two teams playing. Wisconsin lost Dana Radke, Sydney Hilly, Lauren Barnes, Grace Loberg. Pitt lost Kayla Lund, Shanaza Inde, Lekator Mimber-Mene, Kylie Levers. These are all Americans, and they replaced them, and now they're right back fighting for the national semifinals.
And this match is a different kind of fight. Penn State, Wisconsin, both in the Big Ten. Right now it's a battle, ACC versus Big Ten. Two schools who are extremely proud of their conferences and trying to represent their fans at home for Pitt.
So this would be a big milestone for Pitt, a nice hurdle to clear if they could win this set, because they had the lead in the first and let Wisconsin catch them and take the set. Fairbanks with the set to Gray, and Gray terminates out of the middle. 5 kills for Gray.
Gray jumps so high in the air that Fairbanks is able to barely even touch that ball, just placing it perfectly in that hands. Great connection between setter and middle.
Set point, Pitt. And Hart erases one.
Fairbanks frustrated with that miss of the dig. She's that player who wears her emotions on her sleeve, and being a setter, she doesn't have that luxury as hitters do to hold on to play sometimes. She's in charge. She's the quarterback of setting up her hitters.
Second set point for Pitt. They've got a nice cushion here, but they don't want to lose too many of these. Fairbanks, the back set to Bizzario. Kept alive by Ashburn. Here's Robinson. And Robinson can finally celebrate the kill. That is her 11th kill. Double-digit kills in 6 of the last 8 matches, but more importantly, it saves another set point. Timeout, Pitt, as Dan Fisher tries to get his team on the same page and close this out. But Devin Robinson is an elite-level player.
That roll shot was a beautiful decision by Devin Robinson. She saw how back Flicka was in her base and went with that roll. But she's not been rolling. She's been slamming these balls and especially finding that split in the block. And she'll use the hands of Pitt. She's not scared of that block or scared to get that touch on. She's confident in how hard she hits. And a special shout out, I know her dad is watching, the head coach of Cleveland State men's basketball team, who's in his first season. So another athletic family over here, Sam.
Daniel Robinson and Erin Virtue, one of the assistant coaches for USA Volleyball. We've just enjoyed getting to know her this weekend, and she had so many nice things to say about Devin Robinson. It is just so wonderful to see USA Volleyball represented at these regional sites. Of course, Cart Scarai, our national team coach out at Stanford. Erin is here. She oversees a lot of those U21, U19, the summer national teams. And these players and coaches have such a fondness of playing for their country.
I'm not sure it could be any louder in here, Sam. Loving the energy. And even though this is not Pitt's crowd, that's a team that is, like you said, they're hunters, they're fighters. They take that energy and feed off of it.
A third set point for the Panthers after that serenade. Fairbanks setting Vasquez Gomez, and Pitt levels the match. The Panthers' spirit not broken after that devastating first set loss. Pitt fights back, and we are tied at a set apiece after 2, heading into intermission. So the Panthers going to get a little bit of a breather now, 5 minutes in between the sets. We're going to talk to Dan Fisher as he's going to come over and put the headset on and chat with us for just a second after that brilliant display in the second set where his team was able to come back and tie this match.
Team serve receive, they kind of struggled at Penn State, and Coach Sheffield said, well, we don't play pretty volleyball here. I'm about blocks, I'm about kills. He said, that's okay if we struggle here and there. What matters is production. We've said it before, in volleyball, your coaches don't care how it looks. They care if you win.
Well, in terms of the Stars, here's an update on how they're doing. Robinson pouring it on. 11 kills, hitting .409, and Vasquez Gomez, one of the many hitters having success for Pitt as they spread it around quite a bit. You're right. Kelly Sheffield said we don't play pretty volleyball. He said it's kind of the Wisconsin way. We just try to get the job done and frustrate our opponent. And these fans are certainly part of that as well, as they are just an incredible asset for the Badgers, who have not lost on this court all season.
I'm not going to forget that Coach Sheffield said we don't play pretty volleyball, because I've never heard a coach say that. But you can say that when you're a defending national champion. You can say whatever you want, because you don't have to be perfect at everything. You just have to be the winner.
Well, Kelly Sheffield is about as honest as they come. He is going to tell you what he thinks and how he feels.
Okay, I like the dancing. Look at this sportsmanship in UW Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I told you, my bucket list items have increased. I want to come back here just as a fan and sit in the stands here.
You can scream and not be professional.
It's almost as fun when they're not playing as when they are. And we're about to start the third set. Ashburn serving. Here we go. Gray attacks right out of the middle on the first swing.
The perfect start for Pitt in this third set, which is finding Serena Gray and getting that great pass, allowing Gray to go for whatever shot she wants.
Gray already with 6 kills over her average per set. And now back to serve. She had an ace earlier in the match. Gray's just having an all-around excellent match. Targets Franklin with that serve. Ashburn goes off court to set. There's a free ball now for Pitt. Vasquez Gomez, that ball a little behind her. Guchtikin to Robinson. Browski did a good job keeping it up, and then Bazzario is denied by Danielle Hart.
Danielle Hart is that X factor. She's that player who gets her team up because of her huge block. Not even a wall, it's just a roof. Look how high her hands get over the net, and the fact that she connects her shoulders with her outside is incredible.
16 block for Wisconsin, Pitt with 5. Vasquez Gomez had a good cut at that nice block. Bazzario blocked again, and now we're starting to see some remnants of Thursday night. This is looking a little bit like what we saw on Thursday when Wisconsin reeled off 23 blocks. Orzol back to serve. Fairbanks back set to Bazzario, a little tip. And in the net was Wisconsin, so Pitt will take that point. Smart shot by Bazzario going off speed.
And now Bazzario being the back row, that's something that the Badgers are going to look for, that back row attack from her in the right back position.
Bazzario with 32 aces this season. Good server. Ashburn setting Robinson, and Robinson hit Pizarro right in the face.
You wouldn't know Pizarro got hit in the face because of how fast she jumped up off the ground, but Robinson just so lethal. Right on your screen, look how hard she hits, going right for Pizarro. Not enough time for Pizarro to get out of the way.
Pizarro's okay. She rotated out. Service error. So she rotated out. It's not because she was injured by that swing. Birthday girl Cam Ennis, 23 today. Wisconsin needing to clean things up here. They're off to a start they don't like in terms of hitting errors right now. Up to 5 in the set. Fairbanks attacks, blocks. Crawford. 4 blocks for Crawford, who had a career-high 12 Thursday.
Caroline Crawford doing Caroline Crawford things. Just own you at the front row. Look how high her arms get over the net and going right into the huddle for the celebration.
Well, she made me cringe when I found out she watched her surgery. And now every time the ball hits her hand, I cringe because I've seen those stitches.
I was cringing, waiting to hear what you would say made you cringe from her.
The KO, nice set to Fairbanks with the off speed. They're going over the block now, and it seemed to have worked there. That's one way you can do it. Again, Fairbanks quickly becoming an elite level player, was so good as the setter of the U21 team over the summer. And Cap Flood now back into serve. All tied up here in the critical third set. Match tied at a set apiece. Winner moves to the national semis. Oh, Smrek. That felt good.
Anna Smrek just making that hit look easy. She is 6'9", but she's also super athletic and high IQ. She reads the court well. She knows where to place that ball, avoiding Pitt's back row.
And again, Pitt tried to simulate her by bringing Michael Fisher, a 6'5" volunteer assistant, out, who was an All-American. And it's not working in the last 2 points because she's just dominated these last 2 points.
And it will never work if you overpass to Smrek. It's going to come right back down in your face.
Love the creativity, though, having him out there with max jump. Good serve. Ennis finds the opening. Pitt pulls within a point. 4 kills for Ennis.
Ennis, nice job at avoiding Smrek's monster block. Nice decision, not going for that roller tip, going for that seam. Left back, middle back, super smart.
Ennis, another player like Fairbanks, can play all the way around, just do a little bit of everything for them. Guchtikin with the serve receive, and then Crawford hits it at Vasquez Gomez. This has got to go over. What an angle! Orzel. Ennis blocked. And in the net, it was Wisconsin, so the point goes to Pitt.
Wisconsin and Pitt both just refusing to lose the point, just hoping it goes their way somehow. So scrappy, incredible defense right now.
I have noticed players breathing pretty heavy right now. This is a very physical match. A lot of hands on hips after that last rally. And we're just in the third set. It's because of plays like that. Look at this rally. Gray terminates out of the middle.
That connection with Serena Gray and Rachel Fairbanks is incredible. I love how they look at each other after the play because Fairbanks knows exactly where Gray wants that ball. Gives her a tiny window, but Gray knows exactly where that set's going.
Pitt retakes the lead, 7-6. Hamill, quick set to Crawford. It goes out of bounds. And the Panthers grabbing a little momentum here behind the Fairbanks serve. You have the student section behind you on one end and the band behind you on the other. It doesn't phase Fairbanks. Ace. And in practice, everybody that Pitt had in the gym would scream at players, get in their face as they served in practice for moments like that. Good serving night for Pitt, 5 aces. Franklin rolls it over. Gray in the middle. Nice dig by Hamill. Orzel hits through the block. Point Badgers.
Great dig by Hamill. And that approach from Orzel. She is so fun to watch because of her form. She's really springy. She has this almost a beach style when she plays. She reaches so high and got that touch. Nice play, Orzel.
And now Boyer in to serve. Good play by Gray to recognize that ball coming off the net. Boyer with a dive. Lit up by Ennis. Hamill to Hart. Dug by Fairbanks. She's still down. Bazzario tools the block.
Good tool by Bazzario. I'm sure she appreciates her team keeping those digs up in that 10-foot line. And remember, that's what Dan Fisher said after that second set. He said, now I'm concerned of rolls and tips starting to come my way. Pittsburgh doing a really good job at covering in front of the 10-foot line right now.
Hamill settles it. Smrek hammers it. Vasquez-Gomez chasing that set. Guchtikin puts it up for Orzel. Bazzario into the block. This time, it's the block that gets the better of Bazzario. Danielle Hart celebrating with Orzel next to her.
And Danielle Hart's that leader that Kelly Sheffield said we need so badly. She lines up the block and then goes back to Orzel to congratulate her. Great chemistry, that front row with the block for Badgers. No wonder they're so good at blocking, Sam.
Well, a good stat for Wisconsin is they have 4 blocks this set. Pitt has none so far. And when the Wisconsin block is on, again, they can be pretty much unstoppable. Remember, they had 24 in the national championship last year against Nebraska, 23 against Penn State on Thursday. Bazzario terminates from the right side. Love that they went right back to her, and she scored.
Huge reach by Bazzario. What the contact, the way that her hand met the ball, you knew that was going straight down to right back.
Almost in double digits. Bazzario now has 9. Pitt maintaining the lead here in the third. Match tied at a set apiece. Ashburn to Hart. Dug up by Fairbanks. Wokolo sends it. Hart out of the middle. Vasquez-Gomez targets Franklin. Wokolo. Robinson. "13 kills for Devin Robinson."
Devin Robinson is doing such a great job at reading Pitt's defense and then making a decision in real time in the air where she wants to place that ball.
Have that lighting issue right now, which is a stopping play for some reason twice. And actually also during the timeout, the Jumbotron is having a lighting issue. It's lighting up the court surface too bright. And then they have to go back up and adjust it. So the lights that come down from that right now are way brighter than they typically are. But I don't think either of these teams would complain about having a couple extra seconds right now.
And lights you might think it would help, but for setters, it doesn't help. The ball that's in your eye, and that's another thing that Pitt has to get used to is setting in the gym the perception of UW Fieldhouse.
Devin Robinson having another incredible match. We're ready now. Pitt up by 2. That's too tight to the net. Bazzario just scooped it over, basically. Franklin attacks off the block. Point Wisconsin.
Sarah Franklin, a force on the outside and not afraid to make contact right here. Literally going for Bazirio's hands, knowing her power will get that tool.
Excellent serve by Orzol. Wokolo finishing out of the middle off the assist from Fairbanks.
Wokolo's swing, it looked like she was literally facing her setter and reaching her arm over her head. Incredible swing. Watch her arm right here. How she takes it over her head, not even facing the court. That's how athletic she is.
6 kills on 11 swings, no errors for Wokolo. And there's another one. 2 in a row for the aspiring prosecutor.
You cannot feed Wokolo if you're Badgers in serve receive. Keep that ball on your side of the net. It's not going to end well.
Pitt builds the lead back up to 3. A rare service error again. Pitt has had the fewest service errors of any team left in the tournament when we started the day. That's only their second. They very rarely error on serve. Really have the best serve to error ratio in Power 5, actually. Vasquez Gomez. Win angle, good cover by Guchtikin. Robinson, dug up by Browski. The block was on.
Caroline Crawford and Devin Robinson putting up a perfect block. Absolutely zero split. Arms touching, hands touching, everything looking perfect.
Wisconsin trying to tie. Wokolo hit right at Crawford, and she denies the attack.
Crawford taking this personal after Wokolo's 2 kills in a row. An ISO block. Wokolo on Crawford. Crawford shutting Wokolo down. Nice block.
We are tied at 13. That goes out of bounds. Point Pitt.
It's amazing to see when Pitt gets a tool. It's on Wisconsin's right side, and the ball literally travels across the court going out. That's how hard Pitt is hitting right now.
I hope it's coming across on television to those of you watching, because this match is playing with a spirit of ferociousness. These two teams are leaving nothing out on the court. Ennis. Franklin chasing that set. Nice swing by Sarah Franklin.
Sarah Franklin, how do you do it? I thought she was going to tip that ball. She was so tight on the net. Pitt thought she was going to tip the ball too. Everyone caught up, but she went for that hard swing. Didn't matter how tight she was. Incredible athlete.
Our 7th tie of this set alone. The first 2 sets combined, we only had 4 ties. KO set to Wokolo. Guchtikin, another good dig. She is so tough to put the ball down on. KO back to Fairbanks, setter to setter. Kept alive by Hamlin. Guchtikin! Oh, wow, what a save! Guchtikin up to Franklin.
Center. I think Guchtikin wants your attention. Look at these digs. That save and covering her own dig. Incredible defense going on.
Yeah, I looked at that shot at first and thought, Kevin Hamley's here. Oh, wait a minute. Kevin Hamley and Stanford are about to take on San Diego. That match will start at the top of the hour. Looks like it's going to start on ESPN News, and then they will join us on ESPNU when this match is over. Paul Sunderland and Missy Whittemore, you're in very good hands with them as that match starts. So this day and night of volleyball rolls on here in Madison. I'm Sam Gore along with Shelby Coppage. Here's the situation. We're tied at a set apiece, and Pitt ties the score here in the 3rd off the kill from Wokolo. The winner of this moves to the national semifinals to face Louisville on Thursday in Omaha. Flood back into serve as Wokolo rotates out. Student section right behind her. Serves Gustikin. Franklin off hands. Back set to Fairbanks, looking for the touch. Don't get it. It's called out. Point Wisconsin.
Forcing the ball out is something else that Wisconsin's block is so good. Wisconsin's block doesn't even need the touch sometimes. They're really good at taking away different shots, forcing their opponents to make that error.
Wisconsin outblocking Pitt right now, 11-5. Badgers with the 1-point lead in this critical third set. KO settles under it, back to Fairbanks. Fairbanks this time terminates from the right side as it goes off the Badgers.
Fairbanks now going to the back, transitioning from hitter to setter. That just shows how strong she is as a player, but also mentally.
And remember I said it's ferocious? Fairbanks misses. What does she do? She goes right back to the same spot and gets the kill. You gotta love that. Serves Franklin. Hamill right side. Smrek crushes it. 10 kills now for Anna Smrek.
Anna Smrek just so strong. And look at that reach, able to go straight down to the right back against Pitt.
She is so fun to watch play. Again, the MVP of the national championship last year. Maybe seeing her in a Canadian Olympic jersey one day. Boyer serving. Ennis on the attack through the Badger block. Good swing by Ennis.
A lot of confidence shown by Cam Ennis on that swing, touching Smrek's hands. And Wisconsin's block was together. The fact that Ennis could test that block and get a touch, incredible hit.
Ennis really worked her way into the lineup late in the year when Juliana Dalton had her injury, and she has come through in a big way. Dylan Griffin in for the first time, the lefty serving. Hart hits it right at Klicka. Vasquez Gomez off the block, point Pitt.
Vasquez Gomez with the perfect plan. Try and reach the fingertips of Wisconsin. It's hard to hit around the Badgers block. Something you can do, reach those fingertips, makes it impossible to chase that ball down.
How about Dan Fisher throwing the freshman in, Dylan Griffin, out of Foothill Ranch, California, her first appearance in front of that crowd. And look at what she's doing behind the service line. That was an excellent serve. Pizarro tools the block, and we're going to see more of Griffin behind the service line as she's won 3 straight points behind her serve. Well, when you're called upon, coach expects you to execute. And so that is exactly what Dylan Griffin has done in Pitt, now with a 2-point lead. So while we have a break, let's talk a little hockey. Tomorrow, our ESPN NHL matinee features the reigning Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche traveling to St. Louis to take on Ryan O'Reilly and the Blues. Our coverage will begin at 2 Central, 1 Mountain. How's that for you? Didn't even mention Eastern time. 2 Central, 1 Mountain.
Danielle Hart leading the gym in blocks, something I love. Kelly Sheffield had story time with me. He said this last season, Danielle Hart had an extra year to decide for the COVID year, and she decided, I'm not taking that year. Kelly Sheffield had a practice with her. Before practice, he said, are you sure you don't want to stay? There's nothing I can do. She said, Coach, I'm done. I'm taking my 4 years. That practice, Danielle tore her ACL. Kelly Sheffield said, Danielle went into the trainer's room. The first thing she said was, I'm coming back. Chills. Any chills, Sam?
A lot of chills, and especially the way she spent her time in that off year, building her body back up as well as perfecting her art. She's gone on a cross-country road trip with a customized Jeep that she and her dad made. There's just so many interesting, high-character young adults out on this court involved in these matches. The entire weekend, the stories are incredible, and I hope that you dig into it a little bit more, because Danielle Hart is someone who faced tremendous adversity and has made the most of it. Pitt up by 2. We're going to 25, win by 2. The freshman, Dylan Griffin's done an amazing job behind the service line in her first appearance in the match. Smrek sides out for Wisconsin.
Pitt taking a breath of relief as Smrek subs out. But what a statement she makes. She's that X factor that you want to find if you're Wisconsin because of where she places that ball, really testing the Panthers' right back spot.
Aspirin coming over. She's the server now, and having a brief chat with Kelly Sheffield before she delivers this serve. Let's see what she does. Went for the corner, and Vasquez Gomez ducked, got out of the way, and the ball just went long. That was a gamble, and it paid off.
When it comes to tournament time, those 50-50 shots, you usually take them, but not Vasquez Gomez. She's out of the way on that one.
I loved her reaction after. She laughed. Gray serving now. Targets Franklin. Off the slide. Hart doesn't put it down. Nice save by Robinson. Orzol with a tip. Fairbanks pancake, and they run out of room. Orzol will get credit for the kill.
Orzol with a tip that Dan Fisher warned his team about this second set, that the Badgers might come back and find those off-speed shots against you.
Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year. This year she stepped it up to second team All Big Ten and on the All-Region team as well. Quick set to Wokolo. She finishes so fast, Shelby. Wow.
Wokolo is that player where if you're not in a perfect base, you're probably not going to get the dig because there's no time to fix your base. It's all reaction against Wokolo. Look how hard she swings, how fast she swings. Guccigan doing nothing wrong, just not able to get that ball up.
Poetry in motion. That was beautiful to watch. Pitt up 21-19. Again, going to 25, win by 2. We're tied at a set apiece in this 3 out of 5 set match. Oh, just went out. And Bazzario so close to having an ace, but it's point Wisconsin. Third service error of the match for Pitt. Guccigan back to serve. Short serve, that was beautiful. Good dig by Vasquez Gomez. Orzol took it in the front from Bazzario, and Bazzario gets the kill.
Big swing by Bazzario, and notice how she missed her serve. She wanted that set. She's going to come back with a kill. That's that maturity she has, that answer. Such a hard swing, really testing the back row. That's what Kelly Sheffield said. We have to be ready for her back row attacks.
Good serve from Vasquez Gomez. Orzol there to bail it out. Franklin with the tip. The dump by Fairbanks. Klicka keeps it alive. Wokolo off the slide. She crossed right in front of Bazzario and picks up her 10th kill.
Big kill from Wokolo, and Fairbanks with that dump. That's something we really haven't seen in this match. That's because these setters want to show off these hitters. They really trust the chemistry they have with one another.
Time out, Wisconsin, as Pitt is getting dangerously close to taking a 2-1 lead here in the Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Again, Pitt was a national semifinalist last year. They're the only Pitt women's athletic program that's ever made a national semifinal, and they're on the verge of that doing that again, but they've got to get through the hottest team in America, Wisconsin. Earlier, Louisville took care of business in the Yum Center, beating Oregon in a thriller. Louisville will play the winner of this match Thursday in Omaha, Texas, getting through Ohio State. And Stanford and San Diego have just started on ESPN News. So you can actually watch 2 matches at once if you have 2 different devices right now. And they will be coming over to ESPNU once this match is finished. The national semifinals, again, a reminder, they start this Thursday, 7 Eastern on ESPN. And one of these 2 teams, Shelby, is going to be there, and I still have no idea which one it'll be.
I couldn't tell you. And talking to Dan Fisher today, something that I enjoyed talking with him was Wisconsin really struggled in serve receive against Penn State. And I asked Dan Fisher, are you going to keep serving at them tough? He said, Wisconsin doesn't pass bad like that. They usually are really on. He said, I'm not looking too much in that. I know the Badgers are going to come back with really good passes, and that's exactly what Wisconsin is doing.
Fans picking it up right now. Pitt's 2 points from a 2-1 lead. Franklin calls it, sets over to Robinson. Fairbanks to Ennis, the tip. Robinson into the block, overpass. Pizarro keeps it alive. Ennis, block goes out of bounds, point Pitt, and the Panthers have set point.
Brave hit by Ennis because Crawford was perfectly lined up against Robinson. Their hands just a little bit not pointed back in, and Ennis saw that.
Set point Pitt. Crawford erases one, but 3 more to work with for Pitt.
Caroline Crawford is that player who takes things very personal. Pitt just got the tool off of her and Robinson, and Crawford demands that set, wants to get that kill.
Hamill serving a second set point for Pitt. Plickett with a serve receive. Pizarro. And Pizarro gives Pitt a 2-1 lead here in Madison. The Panthers come from a set down.
Amazing set of volleyball. You could not ask for a better match than what we are seeing right now. The digs, the effort, everything going so right. It's going to come down to who can be the most cleanest, the most detail-oriented.
Well, for Wisconsin, they've only been 2-1 down 4 times this year. This is the 4th. They're 1-2 in those matches. Here we go into the 4th. If Pitt wins it, they're going to Omaha. And if Wisconsin wins it, we've got a 5-setter in Madison. Ennis attacks. Ashburn back row to Franklin. Ennis again. Nice up by Guchtik, and she has had so many digs in this match. And then Franklin off the net scores.
Franklin is so explosive that when she hits from the back row, you wouldn't even know because she jumps so high. She can still reach way over the net.
I want to give Guchtik some love, though. 16 digs tonight. She has really anchored Wisconsin. Bray blocked. Robinson just trying to survive. Both teams out of system, and it is Wisconsin who wins that point.
Michigan must have heard you because that was an amazing play by her. Just trying to get a hand up, but it's such a good touch. It stays in touch.
Orzol serving now. Pizarro. Good dig by Orzol in that back row. Here's Franklin, and Franklin goes down the line, misses it. No touch. Point Pitt. And Pitt needed that one to avoid going down 3-0 to start the set.
Franklin with the error, but that was a smart error. Going for that line shot, being really aggressive.
Ennis ready to serve. Franklin tools the block, just powered it through those hands.
These two teams are full of players who, when they make a mistake, they want that ball coming right back to them. I like how Franklin's setter also gave her that chance. Let her get that set and get that kill.
Here's Guchtik, who's had 16 digs, 9 assists in this match. Pizarro tried to go wide, cut it a little too wide, and it goes out. That's what that block does. It's so intimidating, Shelby. I guess you're just desperately trying to hit around it there.
And Pizarro is really off the net as well. She could have gone for the roll, but she wanted to stay really aggressive.
What a serve from Guchtik. That's her first ace of the night, 3rd for the team. Timeout, Pitt. It's been a good start for Wisconsin, who has their 21-match win streak on the line tonight. They are the defending national champions, but they're down 2-1 to the Pitt Panthers. Wisconsin has its largest lead of the night. Can you believe that? Only 4 points is the largest lead. These two teams have been battling so close. Gray tries to put it down. Another incredible dig by Guchtikin. Good dig by Browski. And Bazzario on the swing. We had a net violation against Wisconsin, so Pitt will get that point. And it was a much-needed point for the Panthers. Serena Gray, 7 kills tonight, 2 digs, 2 blocks, and an ace. Targets Guchtikin. Here's Robinson. Vasquez Gomez tried, but Robinson absolutely delivered a crushing blow.
Good effort by Gray, but that just shows you how hard Robinson hits down. Okay, I like the attitude too, Robbins. Look at this line shot. In Gray, trying to be in position, but Robinson just able to touch that high and get the ball right down in the middle on the line.
Hamill serving now. The 4-point lead is back. Vasquez Gomez targets Guchtikin, sent over quickly by Crawford, but it's called a double contact. So sent it over illegally, and Kelly Sheffield's like, what? Come on. I thought it was pretty incredible that my middle blocker did that. She gets an A for effort. Bazzario serving. That ball just kept going. 4th service error for Pitt. Pitt with 5 aces in this match. Franklin back into serve now. KO setting. Vasquez Gomez, that's long. May have a challenge on that.
Vasquez Gomez had that left back spot wide open. The Badgers were very much sucked into the middle of the court. So Vasquez had the right idea.
He's going to challenge whether there was a touch.
Here we go.
So the call was out, point Wisconsin off the Vasquez Gomez attack. And Dan Fisher going to challenge that. He's been successful with 3 challenges, unsuccessful with 1. The overall result is he has 1 left. So the issue is whether the libero Guchtikin touched it on the attack. That's what I'm being told. So we'll see how that looks in just a second. Okay, there's Guchtikin in the different colored jersey.
I don't think Guchtikin touched the ball. But look at Guchtikin's base. Look how to the middle of the court she is. Usually left back is supposed to be more towards the line. That was a good eye by Vasquez Gomez to read the court while she's midair. Maybe this look will be a little better. Oh, okay. I don't think she touched it, but I could see. But I could see why Pitt was thinking she did.
Well, Wisconsin now has its largest lead of 5 points. So if nothing else, it slows down Wisconsin for a moment. But if Pitt loses the challenge, they're out unless we get to a 5th. Here it is again. The ball goes by Guchtikin in red. And it went out, but Pitt is challenging whether or not Guchtikin touched the ball.
It's hard to see right here, but that look where the camera is in front of Guchtikin, that's where I don't think she touched the ball. But these players hit so hard and fast that you literally need to look at 3 different cameras to actually see because the ball goes that fast.
Hey, while we have a second, Shelby, I just want to thank all of the media relations folks that have helped us prepare for this regional, because without them, we just could not do our job. Diane Nordstrom of Wisconsin, Anthony Brandt of Pitt, Katie Callahan at Florida and Matt Jackson at Penn State. They did such a good job in such a short amount of time to get us up to speed on these teams that we are so blessed to call. And I want to give them a shout out. So we're still waiting on the result of this challenge. And it must not have been as clear as we thought, but I think we have a decision ultimately. Want to get it right, and the call will stand. So they rule there was no touch. Pitt is out of challenges unless we get to a final set.
Dan Fisher not liking some of the calls right now, and if you're Pitt, make it clear that ball's in. Just adjust a little bit.
Franklin back to serve. The 5-point lead stands 8-3 in the fourth. Must-win set for Wisconsin. And Wokolo sides out for the Panthers.
Wisconsin, everyone looking at each other on the court. That's something you never see from the Badgers, and that's something that probably will not be happening again.
This has been such a ferocious match with intensity. It's so physical. Bushkin with a serve receive. Crawford tries to put it down. Fairbanks. And Fairbanks tools the block for the Pitt Panther point. Good swing from Fairbanks on that right side, just too much heat. Fairbanks now with 6 kills, 28 assists, 12 digs, 2 aces, and 3 blocks. How's that for a stat line? And we're not even done. Smrek, dug up by Vasquez Gomez. Fairbanks into the block, still alive. Makeo to Wokolo, who terminates again.
Beautiful set from Akeo to Wokolo. And earlier in that play, Akeo had a set to her right side that was from behind the 10-foot line. Great connection between setter and middle right now.
She's just so terminal. Pitt within 2. Rolled over by Franklin. Wokolo again. Kept alive. Nice over by Hamill. Fairbanks. Dug up by Franklin. Here's Crawford. And Crawford gets the better of the Pitt block. Gutsy swing from Caroline Crawford.
Crawford with the kill from the right side, testing Pitt's block, seeing that those Panther hands weren't strong, weren't really pressed over the net. She went right in front of them.
And Crawford basking in the congratulations of her teammates. Love her game face. She is so intense. Fairbanks just has to push that over. Down the line, Orzol missed it. Point Pitt. And the Panthers have closed the gap to 2. And have a serving substitution now for Pitt. Wokolo will go out. Kat Flood will be brought in to serve. By the way, earlier this year, Kat's hair was pink.
I love Kat Flood's hair. That just is a bunch of swag right there.
She changes the look a lot. And she is so self-confident when she steps up to that line. An ace from Kat Flood off the bench. One swing ace.
Kat Flood with this deep floating serve, going right in between the seam and acing Gushigin, something that is not easy because she's a great passer.
Pitt trying to tie. Orzol into the corner, perfect. What a beautiful shot by Orzol.
Orzol before that kill had made an error. Again, Wisconsin showing they want the ball when they make a mistake, and it doesn't happen twice. These players fix things in real time, so mature.
5 kills for Orzol on 23 swings. She's got 9 digs and 2 blocks, though. We may have several double-doubles in this match. Ashburn targeting Ennis. Gray out of the middle. Nice up by Franklin. Orzol tips. Gray trying to get out of the way, and Ennis missed the attack.
Pitt not able to recover from that out-of-system play. Ennis trying to be aggressive, but efficiency comes first.
A must-win set for Wisconsin, or the defending national champions are out of the tournament. Ashburn, quick set. Hart with the quick finish.
Hart with her signature twirls after that huge kill. I do the same thing. Big swing, avoiding Serena Gray's hands, going for that left back position. So lethal at the middle.
Danielle Hart having such a solid match. 7 kills, 6 blocks. 2 of her kills have been this set in this must-win situation for Wisconsin. Here's Robinson, dug up by Vasquez Gomez. Bazzario still alive. Good D by the Badgers. Gray finds the opening for the Panthers.
Pitt taking full advantage of the Badgers being out of system. But great up from Orzol. But Serena Gray is too much right now. She's so good at finding that corner and avoiding the middle of the court right now.
This is Gray's final season at Pitt and doesn't want it to be her final match. Ashburn, back set to Hart. Oh! What a swing by Hart.
Danielle Hart is lethal right now, going on that slide and beating out Pitt's hands. Incredibly strong athlete.
You know, some athletes just have such an understanding of the moment, and Hart's had 3 of her 8 kills here in this must-win 4th. Fairbanks setting Ennis, pushed it over down the line. That was a tricky shot. Franklin just out. Point Pitt.
Vasquez Gomez just dodging that ball. I like the hustle, though. She was doing what you do at middle back, going for that seam to the right.
I bet she was an incredible dodgeball player.
Boy, I love a good game of dodgeball.
Yeah, we've seen her get out of the way of a bunch of those. Kuchkin with a serve receive. Hart again. She's pouring it on here in the 4th.
Now Danielle Hart not able to stay in, but leaving that momentum on the court, making a good lead for her team to take care of.
Kuchkin back to serve. You hear the fans saying her name. It sometimes sounds like booze, but it's not. Robinson attacking Vasquez Gomez 1v1, and it's Robinson who wins that exchange.
Vasquez Gomez up alone against Robinson, but Vasquez Gomez wasn't stopped. She was swinging in the air, but arms weren't stopped either. Robinson took advantage of that.
Robinson leads the match with 15 kills. Fairbanks, back set to Bazzario. Bazzario puts it just out of Orzol's reach. And a point for Pitt. Nice swing by Bazzario for her 14th kill.
Beautiful hit by Bazzario. Well, look at Orzol commit already. She already went off her feet a little too early, making it impossible to get that touch.
Bazzario, 23 kills against BYU. That's the most any Pitt Panthers ever had in the tournament. She had 19 against Florida on Thursday. And tonight so far, 14. Tight to the net. Yeah, they were in the net. Point Pitt.
Kelly Sheffield not liking that call.
So getting the explanation from one of his captains. Kelly Sheffield, part of that Muncie, Indiana coaching pipeline, the Shondell family tree. Dr. Don, Dave Shondell, Steve Shondell, Craig Skinner from Kentucky. Well, what an amazing city to produce these incredible coaches. They said when he used to coach junior ball and your team would lose to him, you'd say, you got chefed. Robinson this time puts it down.
Did you think Wisconsin would react in any other way than a perfect in-system play? Robinson on the right side, only one blocker on her, takes advantage and goes for that right back seam, seeing that defense really pulled in, reading her wrong.
Stars are shining right now. Wisconsin desperately staying in front. Wokolo. Here's Smrek. Gets slowed down by the block. Bazario hits hands. Pushed back by Orzel. Franklin attacks and gets the kill.
Monster kill by Franklin, but that would be nowhere without that dig from Orzel. Staying on her feet, pointing that ball back at her setter, and Franklin lethal on the outside.
Pitt takes a timeout as Wisconsin now with a 5-point lead in this must-win set for the Badgers. And a reminder, we have a women's college basketball for you, basketball doubleheader for you tomorrow afternoon, 1 Eastern on ESPN. Louisville against Kentucky, and then at 3 Eastern over on ABC. UConn will be taking on Diamond Miller and number 20 Maryland. So again, at 1 Eastern, Louisville, Kentucky on ESPN, 3 Eastern, UConn, Maryland on ABC.
Saw a great up by Wisconsin, Julia Orzel. Kelly Sheffield yesterday told me a story that she's from Poland, and he saw her play, was trying to recruit her, so it was decision time. He called her and said, what's it going to be? And she said, Kelly, it's just too far from home. I don't think I can go. And he said, well, listen, at my home, there's 2 birds' nests. And right now, the mom is bringing worms and food back to the babies. But every time this year, those birds are going to fly away. He said, maybe it's your time to fly. And she said, do you know what my last name means in Polish? And he said, no. And she said, eagle. And then she said, maybe it's my time to fly. I'm coming.
Wow.
That whole thing in one conversation on the phone.
Gotta love that.
You think maybe he knew it was eagle, had this whole story lined up. I don't know, Kelly.
Some things are just meant to be.
Absolutely.
And what a difference she's made. A 4.0 GPA student. Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year, second team All Big Ten this year. And in fact, she was one of the players selected to do the press conference yesterday. Just absolutely delightful to chat with.
Her family's very proud of her right now.
Wisconsin up 5, having to win this set to stay alive in the tournament and keep their season alive. Service error by Hamill. So Pitt cuts the lead to 4. Pitt trying to pull off a massive upset here in the UW Fieldhouse. Wisconsin, the defending national champion. They have not lost on this court all season. They've won 21 straight. Guchkin with a serve receive. Franklin terminates from the left pin.
Sarah Franklin testing Klicka in the Bro jersey, going for this all-out swing, not even thinking about that block, trusting how strong she is and how powerful that placement is.
Dan Fisher looking on his NCAA tournament record, 15-6 since he took over at Pitt. Pitt is now in the stratosphere of success at the Division I level. Bram Schreiber in to serve. Good serve. Fairbanks didn't get the touch. Point Wisconsin.
Fairbanks with the aggressive air, trying to go for that line shot. But Guchkin has her foot on the line. She's going to make sure that ball's in or out.
Largest lead now of the match for Wisconsin, which is 6. Pitt leads the match overall 2-1. Winner moves on to face Louisville in the national semis on Thursday. Fairbanks back set to Starks, who's checked into the game. Sabrina Starks into the match now. The 6'2" grad student from Temple City, California. She is so efficient, Shelby. She's one of only 2 Power 5 hitters to hit over 400 the last 2 seasons.
Wonderful footwork from starts in that slide approach. Dan Fisher said that she is a true utility. She can play any position you throw at her.
She's a blocking machine too. Vasquez Gomez keeps it alive. Bizzario. Gutstikin setting Orzol. Klicka keeps it up. And Bizzario gets it to go down. And the Panthers pull within 4.
Bizzario with her 15th kill of the match. I don't think she's stopping anytime soon. Being really effective, getting a little help from the net, but still swinging really aggressively.
Fans on their feet. Hamill with the set. And Franklin crushes it out of the back row.
I'm not sure anyone can swing harder than Sarah Franklin in that back row attack. Look at this power, middle of your screen. How hard she swings, really snapping her entire body, landing so low on the ground. Amazing kill.
Franklin, like Danielle Hart, with a lot of kills this set. 5 of her 13 have been here in this critical 4th set for Wisconsin. Error by Boyer as she was going for the ace. 8 service errors now for Wisconsin. But Boyer was the hero on Thursday when she delivered the ace at match point against Penn State.
As we know, if Wisconsin's going to stay in this match, it's going to go to 5 sets. But these Badgers fans were outside at 7:30 a.m. for a 7 p.m. Central Time match. So I think they're down to stay for a couple more sets.
They're probably just thawing out about right now. Blood, nice serve. Smrek hammers it.
It doesn't get more intense than Smrek. Avoiding all the hands perfectly of the Panthers and testing that defense, finding that seam against Pitt perfectly.
First kill of this set for Smrek. She was so impactful earlier on the attack. Ashburn, good serve, overpass. Hart couldn't clean it up. That's great play. Oh, wow, what a play by Fairbanks. Uh-oh. She was in the net, apparently, as Wisconsin's being awarded the point. But still, that was a heck of an effort from Fairbanks. Shows you her versatility.
Isn't that up from Orzol?
Wisconsin getting close to forcing a 5th. Gray off the slide, blocked. Ennis. That goes out, point Pitt.
Ennis is that spark for Pitt right now when it comes to hitting into Wisconsin's block in her favor. She's really good at seeing if the Badgers aren't pressing at the net. If they're not, she's going to go right for the hands, let that ball drop in front of the net.
Hart into the block. Jump down by Robinson.
Robinson leading the gym with 17 kills. One of the only tips we've seen her do tonight. Really good at using different shots, a lot of tools in her belt.
Wisconsin had to go to 5 to get past Penn State on Thursday. But they were up in that one. They were up 2 sets to none. It's a different story tonight. And there's a kill from Ennis as Pitt keeps fighting.
Now Ennis going to the back, but what a spark she was at the front. She's someone, when she's on, you can go to her for those back row attacks as well.
Gutstikin receives it to Ashburn. Franklin hits into the Pitt block, and Vasquez Gomez cleans it up as Pitt pulls within 4.
Vasquez Gomez taking advantage when Wisconsin's out of system, making sure that ball stays in play while she does it.
Timeout, Wisconsin. So Kelly Sheffield conferring with the staff now, as they just need 2 more points to get to a 5th set. Winner of this match goes to Louisville, or goes to Omaha to play Louisville on Thursday night Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Texas won earlier. Stanford took the opening set against San Diego out in Palo Alto. That match right now on ESPN News. And they have just gotten started in the second set. That match will come to ESPNU when this is over. But it is starting to look like we may have a ways to go here in Madison, Wisconsin.
And Wisconsin, 2 points away from winning the set, but they don't take this lightly. They're not going to stop until that set is over and stay in system efficient. This is very important territory right now.
Wisconsin again went to 5 to beat Penn State on Thursday night. They played an incredible 5th set. Devin Robinson trying to put the team on her back here in the 4th to get to the 5th set, or Pitt will upset Wisconsin and move into the national semis for a rematch with Louisville.
I can't get over the energy here. This Wisconsin fan base is something else, and they know volleyball. These fans know the game.
So it'll be Ennis serving. Wisconsin up 23-19 in the 4th. Hart. Set point, Wisconsin.
Danielle Hart, the impact player, making that statement kill before she goes back to the bench, getting some hugs from her teammate.
Fairbanks to Gray. Pozzario. Robinson. We are going the distance in Madison. First to 15, win by 2, goes to the national semifinals.
It's never gone down. The way these teams have been playing, Wisconsin and Pitt, they've been playing like their season's on the line every single set.
So the season comes down to this last set for both of these teams. It'll be Ashburn to serve for Wisconsin to start us off. Fairbanks to Wokolo. Ashburn, Robinson.
Robinson throwing up the flex, and why not getting that first kill of the 5th set.
Hart and Franklin really stepped up in that 4th set. They all had 5 kills apiece. Service error. So we're tied at a point apiece. Every point magnified that much more when you shorten the set to 15, win by 2.
Pitt taking a sigh of relief when Izzy Ashburn, one of the best servers in the country, misses her serve.
Shout out to Pitt for setting a program record for most digs in NCAA tournament history tonight. They've had 77. That's a Pitt record.
Wow.
Flood with another ace. Kat Flood has been one of the most impactful servers since we got to Madison. That is her 3rd ace.
Kat Flood is that swag player. She knows how to find seams, be aggressive, and look at that energy after that serve.
Ashburn with a tight set to Robinson, and then Gray with the finish. Serena Gray gives Pitt a 3-1 lead to start the 5th.
Serena Gray with the ISO block. Great timing and great decision, choosing how to face that shoulder, which shots take away from Wisconsin.
Serena Gray has played with so much intensity in this match, so much focus. Goochtikin did a good job just to slow that serve down. Orzol will push it over. Free ball here for Pitt. Fairbanks to Vasquez Gomez. Another dig for Goochtikin. Browski got up and saved it. Robinson blocked. Orzol, she's blocked. Pitt up 4-1. Pitt's had 2 blocks already here to start the 5th. They had not had a block the entire 4th set, and it prompts Wisconsin to take a timeout as Pitt up 4-1 in the 5th set.
Serena Gray suffocating Wisconsin at the front. From the outside, the middle, Serena Gray is doing such a good job at reading those arms and waiting, deciding which shot to take away, and extending that run.
She has played like someone who knows their career is on the line in college volleyball. And Serena Gray playing, doing all she can to try to make this not her last match. She has a bright future in so many areas of life. She can turn professional if she wants. She's an incredible student, hoping to work in an educational or recreational setting with children. She is learning how to help develop emotionally challenged children, and she's a world-class volleyball player.
And Pitt really handling the fan base here in Wisconsin, which is incredible. It could not be any better than here tonight. I love how Kelly Sheffield said that Wisconsin's new football coach, Luke Fickell, texted Kelly and said, "This is where I am bringing my recruits for next season when I'm building my own football team."
Flood is still on the service line for Pitt. They're up 4-1 in the 5th. We go to 15, win by 2. The winner goes to the national semifinals. Ashburn, back row attack is Franklin. Hit it wide. It's 5-1 Pitt. They're a third of the way there.
Franklin with the error, but we've seen this before from her. She wants that second ball. It's rare to see Franklin make 2 errors in a row.
Franklin with the serve receive. Orzol attacks. Got the touch. Point Wisconsin. And the Panthers are saying they didn't touch it. So remember, Pitt got an extra challenge by being a 5th set. They had been out of challenges, and we're going to have the challenge.
The challenges this match have been very good calls from both sides, from Kelly Sheffield and Dan Fisher. Just such a close match.
So here's Orzol attacking. A touch was called. Gray saying she didn't touch it. Players are celebrating because the ball went out. Are her hands down as the ball goes over, or did they touch it and then go down? Has to be clear to the official to overturn it.
Personally, I don't think there was a touch from Pitt, especially from Serena Gray's reaction. No, I don't think so. Doesn't matter what I think, everyone, but I don't think there was a touch from Pitt's block. Sam, are you going to say what you think?
I'm going to let them call this one.
And I could be wrong.
It's a pretty big call, though.
It is a big call. And to me, Serena Gray immediately going to the sideline and talk to Dan Fisher and telling him, I did not touch that ball. I don't think Serena Gray would do that if there was a touch. I think she would let it go.
Well, Serena Gray right now stretching over on that Pitt sideline with her teammates. Everybody's trying to stay loose. This has just been such a physical match. Dan Fisher's been successful on quite a few challenges tonight. He also lost 2 challenges. That's why he came into this set needing that additional one by getting to the 5th set.
That 4th set was the first set where both teams didn't pass that 20-mark threshold. So many points going on. And these aren't just points. These are extended rallies. These players have to be incredibly tired right now.
So again, we're going to find out if he saw a touch, and the call is going to stand. So Pitt is out of challenges again. They'll have no more challenges the remainder of this 5th set. Pitt players were still pleading their case, but they're going to have to live with this and shake it off now. It'll be Orzol serving. She went on quite a service run in the 5th set Thursday against Penn State. Fairbanks to Gray. And Gray will get the kill. And a hug.
Danielle Hart trying to cover her own ball, which is what I would do as a former player. That reaction, trying to get that ball up. But that defense for Wisconsin was there and ready for Serena Gray.
Bizzario back to serve. Pitt up 6-2. Hart can't put it down. Still alive, though. Here's Franklin. Nice angle from Franklin, but it's called out. And we may see a challenge from Wisconsin. We are. Kelly Sheffield going to challenge that call. As Wisconsin started this set out with 4 attack errors, Pitt has yet to commit an attack error in the 5th set. And so back-to-back challenges. As that attack was called out, untouched. And Kelly Sheffield, I'm being told, saw that he thinks somebody might have been in the net. So again, they can review the entire play. So he is challenging whether there was a net violation during that play.
After that serve went in, you could hear a pen drop in here. The most silent I've heard this gym. Everyone just on their seat.
Here's the swing.
Don't see anyone from Pitt in the net on that block attempt.
Yeah, look pretty clean to me. We'll see. And the call will stand. So no net violation. Wisconsin down to 1 challenge. And more importantly, Pitt takes a 7-2 lead here in the 5th and final set. Ashburn to Robinson. Robinson puts it down.
Robinson with her 20th kill of the match. Robinson is what you call a clutch player. You want to find her in situations like this. 5th set, you're down. That's that player that's going to hit the ball not only in, but get that kill.
Efficient too. 20 kills off 39 swings and only 3 errors.
Unreal.
And Dan Fisher now talking to the officials again. Doesn't have a challenge. So I'm not sure what that conference was about. We play on. Gutsikin serving. Pitt up 7-3 in the 5th. Gray in the middle. Here's Robinson on the right pin. Good up by Klicka. That's too tight. Still alive. Robinson couldn't put it down. Now she does.
Keep feeding Devin Robinson. She can do no wrong right now. No rolls or tips from her. Going for those all-out swings, testing those seams defense.
Gutsikin serving 22 digs tonight. She has anchored that Wisconsin D. Vasquez Gomez tools the block. Teams will change sides right now with Pitt up 8-4 here in the 5th.
Vasquez Gomez and Serena Gray just bring so much swag to Pitt's front row between those two. Mainly because they're not afraid of those Badgers' hands. Something most teams in the country would be terrified of.
Well, the Pitt faithful on their feet trying to let the Panthers know they're there for them as they change sides over to where the Pitt fans are seated. Ashburn chases that. Franklin attacks. Whoa. What a swing by Sarah Franklin.
Sarah Franklin, her cut shots are just as hard as her cross shots. Look how high she reaches, left of your screen. And that body snap, using every power in her body to get that ball down.
Wisconsin within 3. Hamill to serve. Ace. Well, the 4th ace of the night for Wisconsin couldn't have come at a better time, as they have now pulled to within 2, forcing Pitt to take a timeout here in the 5th set. So if you're Dan Fisher right now, Shelby, take us what you think's going on in that huddle.
Get a good pass. You cannot afford to ever be ace in that 5th set. It doesn't even need to be pretty. Even a one-option pass. Make sure you're staying in play. This 5th set is where no one can afford those hitting errors or any kind of errors right now. The fact that MJ Hamill went back behind that service line and got an ace shows how confident she is, staying aggressive and not worried about making an error, taking that high-risk serve, and it really played out for her.
Pitt has yet to commit a hitting error so far in the 5th set. Wisconsin's had 4, but Wisconsin's actually had 5 kills to Pitt's 2. A second straight 5-setter for the defending national champions. They got past Penn State on Thursday in 5. They haven't lost in this building, and they've won 21 straight. And if they want to defend that national championship, they've got to come back here in the 5th.
And right now, Dan Fisher might not even really have too much of a message for his team. His team is playing incredible, but it's a momentum breaker for Wisconsin. Trying to ice MJ Hamill from that service line.
Akeo with the set. Ennis blocked by Smrek. Franklin off hands. Akeo runs in. Fairbanks tips. Plickett takes it over. Franklin dug up by Akeo, dumped over by Fairbanks. And Crawford sends it in the net. Point Pitt.
Beautiful dunk by Rachel Fairbanks, staying in the play and reading that court. Great eye vision.
Gray back to serve. Pitt up 9-6 as we go to 15, win by 2 to see who goes to the national semis. Crawford off the slide. Point Pitt. No touch.
Crawford asking for that touch. It looks like she's willing the ball out, but she's going for those fingertips of Pitt.
Timeout Wisconsin, as now Pitt's gone on a run to take a 10-6 lead. Kelly Sheffield and the Badgers just trying to hold on here. This is their 5th straight regional final. And for Bizzario and the Panthers, what an upset this would be if they could hang on and beat Wisconsin, something no one has done here in Madison this year. Not on this court. Florida beat Wisconsin in the Kohl Center. Louisville, a winner in 5 earlier today against Oregon. The winner of this plays Louisville Thursday. Texas, a winner in 4. And San Diego has a set point against Stanford in the 2nd set out in Palo Alto. Again, Paul Sunderland, Missy Whittemore calling that on ESPN News. They will come over to ESPNU when this match is finished.
These runs are exactly what Kelly Sheffield told me before the match started. He said, this is not going to be a back and forth match. This is going to be one team will go on little spurts, little runs, hold on to that ball, He said it's all about how can you react, how can we overcome Pitt when they do go on those runs.
So the Badgers take that timeout. Let's see if they can side out right away, because Pitt has the momentum right now in the 5th and final set. Gray to serve.
What a shot. Look at Serena Gray in front of all those Wisconsin fans.
Excellent serve from Gray. An ace. Serena Gray delivers a timely ace. The team's 8th, and that's her 2nd.
Serena Gray going for the chest of Orzel, testing that seam and being so aggressive and efficient.
Another good serve. Franklin with the roll shot. Fairbanks into the block. Franklin again cuts it sharp for the kill.
When you have the reach and athleticism Sarah Franklin has, you too can hit in front of the 10-foot line. Amazing cut shot by Franklin.
Bram Schreiber subbing her out to serve. Franklin 15 kills and 11 digs, a double-double tonight. Pitt leads 11-7 as we go to 15, win by 2. A KO to Wokolo. Good save by Guchtikin. Smrek into the block. Orzel over the block. What a smart shot.
Orzel is here to compete. I love her reaction going into the huddle after this. And what a tip. Reading that Pittsburgh defense perfectly, seeing that hole.
The Pitt lead is 3. A KO. Oh, how about that save from Fairbanks? Smrek pushes it over. Fairbanks attacks. Guchtikin called for it. Orzel. Timeout, Pitt. Wisconsin has pulled to within 2. Orzel 3 kills this set. She's had back-to-back kills.
Orzel just hitting so high, and she's so springy. Her form is great, and that reaction, that's what makes her such a fighter. She is here to compete and to win.
Pitt had a 7-2 lead here in the 5th set. Wisconsin has pulled to within 2, 11-9. Pitt is 4 points away from upsetting the defending national champions, but Wisconsin grabbing some momentum back behind those back-to-back Orzel kills.
Pitt trying to keep hitting around Wisconsin's block. Yesterday, Bazzario said that something her team's really good at is drawing attention to the block. She said oftentimes, about 80%, I don't have a double block on me. That's because of how lethal Pittsburgh's offense is against one of the best blocking teams, if not in the country, Wisconsin Badgers.
Some concerned faces here in the field house. Both teams back out onto the floor. It'll be Bram Schreiber serving. Pitt still up 11-9.
Now note Smrek is up at the net. Something Pitt has to be careful.
Targets Ennis. Bazzario pushes it over. Hamill setting Orzel. She's got the hot hand. And it continues. 3 straight kills for Orzel.
Julia Orzel incredible. That reach, her competitive drive, she just wants to win. She wants to find a way to get that kill. No rolls or tips right now, going for the all-out swing.
Sabrina Starks in for Pitt on the left pin right now. Good serve. Bazzario, back row attack. Pitt needs a side out. Smrek, not going to happen. We're tied.
Anna Smrek on the right side. Look how high she reaches. Does not matter. There's 4 hands from Pitt in front of her. She is 6'9" and she's athletic.
First tie since 1-all. Fairbanks sends it over. Guchtikin calls for it. We'll set Orzol again.
Wow. Julia Orzol again reading Pitt's defense flawlessly. She saw that right back, pulled back, ready for that kill, and went for that tip right over the Panthers block. Incredible.
Ennis blocked. Sent over by Fairbanks. Fans wanted a double contact, didn't get it. Smrek kept alive by Vasquez Gomez. Here's Bazzario. And Pitt sides out to tie it at 12. And the fans are booing a ball that happened in the rally where they thought there was a double contact on Pitt. Kelly Sheffield has the challenge card out, talking to the official right now. And we are going to have a challenge. The question is going to be, what is he challenging? Challenging whether there was a net violation on the play against Pitt. Scoreboard reads 12-all in the 5th. We're going to 15 win by 2. The winner moves to the national semifinals. Wow. So we'll see if there was a net violation throughout that play at some point.
You can't finish a match in 5 sets and not use that challenge card. Any net violation here. It looks like it's all ball.
Well, the coaches have made good use of the challenges tonight, and this call is just going to be confirmed. So both teams now out of challenges. 12-all in the 5th. Here we go.
I hope everyone realizes how good of volleyball this is. Every team has played exceptional every single set. There's not been one bad set. Incredible.
Hamill sets Smrek. Klicka will put it up for Bazzario. Back to Ennis. Ennis is stuffed by Crawford. Wisconsin leads.
Who else other than Caroline Crawford to get that block? Facing her opponent, reading that arm. Look at Caroline's hands and facing her hands straight down, doing a crunch in the air, head in her chest, perfect form.
Bazzario, we're tied at 13. The winner of this next point will have match point. It'll be Ennis to serve. Smrek saved it. Vasquez Gomez. Match point Pitt.
Vasquez Gomez, the player Wisconsin, was picking on that first set, whether in servicing or hitting, and she never let up. She stayed aggressive this whole match.
Hamill. Franklin puts it over. Wokolo one-arms it. Guchtikin to Orzol. Klicka out to Bazario. Sent back. It's over. The Pitt Panthers have upset Wisconsin. Final.